to another episode of In Craig's Corner. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Ash Wednesday. That's what today is. I apologize for not getting out the video earlier, but I've been down with laryngitis this last weekend. So I'm back on the up and up, and my voice still has a little bit to catch up on, but we're getting there. Ash Wednesday is a very old tradition in the Catholic Church. Very, 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 very old. A lot of people like it a lot, and it's a weird phenomenon. Statistics say that there's higher mass attendance on Ash Wednesday than most any other day of the year, sometimes even more so than Christmas and Easter, which are the two largest celebrations of the Christian faith. So it's just Ash Wednesday is a weird day, but it's an important day. It's a day that people shouldn't take for granted, even though it's not a holy day of obligation, which means that you have to go to Mass. It's not one, but in many ways it should be. And so I'm going to kind of cover a little bit of Ash Wednesday, what it means for us, and kind of get us started on the Lenten season now that the Church has started for us. I'd like to start off with what's on my forehead. I just went to Mass. You can see the ashes there. Lean a little bit. The ashes are marked in a cross pattern on the forehead, so that way we're marked with Christ. As we look in the book of Revelation, there is a passage known as taking the mark of the beast, where people will put on their hands or on their forehead the mark of Satan, the end of time. This is kind of in direct conflict with that statement, because this is not the mark of the beast, but rather the mark of Christ. It's the cross. The cross is made with ashes. These ashes, hence the name Ash Wednesday, these ashes are the burnt remains of last year's palm branches from Palm Sunday. We'll get new palms this year for Palm Sunday as well. The ashes are used again in the cross symbol. The priest puts them on our forehead and says, "Remember, man, you are dust, and unto dust you shall return." It's a very somber statement to think you're going to church and the first thing that you hear the priest say to you directly is, "You're dust. You're going to die, and you're going to go back to dust." It's just interesting. But it calls into mind how short life is and how important it is that we get on the right track as soon as we can and stay on that track as long as we can. Lent for Catholicism is a lot like New Year's resolutions in the secular world, in that every Lent we have the opportunity to renew our commitment to God and to say, okay, I've screwed up here, 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 so I need to fix those things, and this is how I'm going to do it. And we come up with a 40-day plan, the 40 days, 40 nights of Lent, excluding Sundays. So that way we can come up with an idea of how we're supposed to build that community with Christ. The first thing, Ash Wednesday calls us to give up one meal. It could be any of the big three. So we just eat one meal a day, or you can eat two small meals during the day, but they can only, when you add them together, equal one full meal. This is a way to be in solidarity with the poor of the world, to realize that not everybody else has the same things that we did, to also recognize that when Christ was in the desert, he didn't eat either. Now, he didn't eat for 40 days and 40 nights. He's God, so, that's awesome for him to do and everything. I don't think I could do that. I'm hungry now, and I just ate a couple hours ago. So, it's a really cool thing that we put ourselves in solidarity with those that don't have a whole lot, and Lent really speaks to us that way. Also, we're not supposed to eat meat on any Friday during Lent, really any Friday during the entire year. But the church says if you want to eat meat on Fridays during the church year, all you have to do is do an extra act of prayer. That could be a rosary, a Divine Mercy Chaplet, go to Mass, things like that to help with your spirituality. But during Lent specifically, we want the whole church to be together as one, that we're all sacrificing together for each other. But we are also called to individual sacrifices, that we look through our lives, we examine our lives and say, what can I remove from my life that is a burden to my spirituality? I would kind of tell what my plan is for Lent, but the Lenten readings say, don't stand on the street corner and look like you're fasting so that everybody knows that you're fasting. Basically, don't go around telling everybody what your plan is. Your plan is between you and God, because those are the only people that really need to hear your plan. Unless you're a mom or dad, you need to make sure that your kids understand the meaning of Lent and that they're picking something appropriate to grow in their faith, even though they are young. So make sure that they do something age appropriate as well. But for us, we have to give up something that is impeding our time with God. So for me, it could be, since I like playing my Nintendo Wii a lot, it could be cutting out some of that time and devoting it towards prayer. Remember, the sacrifice isn't enough. The sacrifice is part of it, but what you do with the sacrifice is really the important part, not what you're getting.